Demon's Souls remake is claimed to be hard, but today I will platinum it my way. And yeah, I did platinum the original Demon's Souls, so I do have some knowledge. Anyway, take a seat. In character creation, I picked the royalty class because magic is pretty OP in this game. Also, it comes with the fragment ring, which we're gonna need that for all the rings trophy. Same with the spells. And for the starting gift, I picked the Prophet Denial ring. Now, let's make this 2 out of 13 rings, 28 to go. After making my character beautiful, I died to the tutorial boss, which it doesn't matter because the real Demon's Souls start here. I'm back in the soul form with half of my HP gone. Before we start, I want to talk about the world and character tendency because we need that shit for the ring trophy and other trophies. For the world, there's white and black world tendency, and the world is affected if we reach white or pure white or pure black tendency. Not all the world are the same. Some world unlock extra areas for weapons, keys, and rings. Anyway, to shift world toward white is by killing the main bosses of the world. Now to shift the world toward black tendency is by dying in body form. For character tendency is less complicated. To shift character toward white, you're gonna need to kill special black phantoms in pure black world. In our case, we're gonna need to kill 5 of them. Reach pure white character tendency to get the ring of ally. It's easier if you kill an online black phantom if you have a friend, which I have none. Now for the easy part. To shift character toward black, we're gonna need to kill NPCs around or invade another player and kill them. We're gonna need pure black character tendency to spawn NPC, which we're gonna need that shit for the full ring. Enough yapping. So in the Nexus, there's nothing much to do. So, to the first world. There's a couple of things we can do before the boss. Like in the way to unlock the shortcut, there's 2 chains we can break to drop our body. And after unlocking the shortcut, we can find the cling ring and we can grab the bodies we dropped, which one of them have jade hair ornament. It's a quest item, which we're gonna need to trade that for a ring. Anyway, after a while, I drop off the railing and I found the thief ring and the Boletarian guy, which we're gonna need to save this bastard many times until the end of his quest to get the key without killing him. And yeah, I cannot kill this guy because it's gonna lower my character tendency. And how to save his ass. I'm rewarded with the brass telescope. Anyway, the red and blue dragon. There's 2 rings under them, but I'm gonna ignore them for now. So I went to unlock the gate for the boss. This boss is very easy. He's weak to fire, so I throw all the fire bombs I have. Then I gave him a last punk and he died. And I got a trophy for defeating the first boss. And guess what? After killing the boss, it's restored my body. And interacting with the archstone or the bonfire in Dark Souls term, it gave me the boss soul. So I went back to the Nexus to get a cutscene that spawned the Maiden of Black and the Monumental, which we're gonna need to go to him. So I have to climb with the shitty ladders to get a long yapping cutscene. So after the yap, he gonna ask me to accept his mission. This is very important to accept it because we're gonna need that for the Ring of Ally. Also now we can level up. Anyway, there is a guy who sells spells in the Nexus, the magic spells. And guess what? We're gonna need all the magic spells for a trophy. And for the magic, there's 3 teachers and we only have 1 at the moment. I'm not gonna go deep in the magic spells trophy because we don't pick them at the world. We trade boss souls for them. So I went to this storage guy, Stockpile Thomas, to trade jade hair ornament for the ring of Hercules. After that, I checked the other side to find a guy who's selling miracle spells. And yes, there's a trophy for getting all the miracles. And there's 2 guys who teach that. Now for the important part. I went to jump off to get the soul form. Dying in the Nexus doesn't affect the war tendency. So after getting my soul form, I went straight to Ward 4 to pick some items. Like behind this dual katana guy, I can find the Crescent Falcon. It's a magic infused weapon, which is really strong early on. And this shit will be my main weapon. Also when I was fucking around and find out, I got the Cobra Key, which I'm gonna need that to free a merchant. And then I went to World 2, which I found one of those clowns. After killing this guy, I got the official gloves, which I'm gonna need his wall set for a trophy. I actually came here to unlock the blacksmith, which I ended up doing nothing. Anyway, I went back to World 1 to do the online trophy first for helping a player defeating a boss. So I bought my sign and waited until I got summoned by the Gatling King 64. And with my new weapon, I was already one-shotting the normal enemies around, which make it easier to reach the boss. So the boss in this area, the Tower Knight. All I need to do with this boss is to knock his toes, then destroy his head. And as you see, I'm doing massive damage. And I kill him in 1 cycle to get a trophy for helping a player defeating a boss. And because of this shit, I got to my body form. And guess what? I went to jump off of the Nexus. Now I want to do World 1 myself, since I got this trophy right away, because it's much easier to do it early. Anyway, I went under the bridge, and after one-shotting a couple of little shit, I found the Gosh Resistance ring. And I also found this little shit, and because I killed the little shit before, I done this part of his quest. And yeah, that's it. Now to the boss. There's an extra trophy here for defeating this boss without about killing the archers, and it's pretty easy. I just destroy his toes, then I nuked his head to get a trophy for defeating him, and another trophy for defeating him without killing the archers. Anyway, after this bullshit, we are blocked from progressing until we beat an archdemon, which is the final boss of any stone. So I jumped off and went to World 2, and this time I turned off the lava to reach a broken cell which I found. The poison resistance ring. Also on my way to the boss, I found a clown. And after killing this little shit, I got his pants, which I'm gonna need that shit for a quest. Also there's this nice item here that buff magic damage. Could be useful in my left hand. Anyway, the boss is a spider, and there's no extra trophies here, so all I need to do is defeating him. So after beating the shit out of him, I got a trophy for defeating the boss. Now, I went to World 3, the prison. After a while of walking around, I reached a cell, which inside one of those iron maidens, a ring of magical sharpness. I also found a merchant that sells the Avarice ring for 50k, and I'm not gonna fall for this scam because I can't find this ring in the world. Anyway, I found this guy who's screaming, "Help me!" And guess what? We're gonna need to free this guy for a ring, but we cannot do that now because the key is locked behind pure white tendency. Anyway, I found this crossbow trap, which I'm gonna need to cross the bridge while avoiding the bolt. But before that, I'm gonna quit out, and then I load back to try. And guess what? I died, and I also closed my game to do an exploit. The game did not save when I died, so to reload my last autosave. So now I tried my luck, and I dodged every bolt to get a trophy for crossing the bridge while getting bolted. And right away, I turned the shit off and went to pick the items. And one of those items is the clever rat ring. So I kept walking around until I found a guy who's acting innocent, but he is secretly a tier 3 sub. And behind this bastard is a key to free an NPC that sells magic. Killing this guy doesn't lower my character tendency, so I killed this little shit. Then I went back to free the guy who sells magic. And after talking to him, I got a trophy for saving him. Anyway, that's it for this place. I went to fight the fallen idol, and this boss have an extra trophy. So after hitting this boss for a while, she gonna clone herself, and to get the extra trophy I need to avoid hitting the clones. It's easy to know the real one because of the prisoners, they always pray for the real one. So after shitting on her, I got a trophy for defeating her and another trophy for not hitting her clones. Now back to the Nexus. The guy who I freed can turn my boss souls into magic spells. And yeah, that's it. So I jumped off and went to World 4. I did find a bird nest by accident, but I'm gonna talk about this bird nest later. Anyway, I found a fake wall, which led me to a merchant that sells some good shit. And I also found a tutorial boss and I burned his ass just for the memes. Anyway, at the end of this area, I found a grave robber ring. And there's another ring at the other side, the regenerator ring. And that's it. Now the boss. There's an extra trophy here for killing the boss without making him fall. So basically the fight is me shooting shit at him and him licking me. And after a while I came and I got a trophy for killing him. And another trophy for killing him without making him fall. Anyway, I decided to jump off and go back to World 2, where I found another clown. And after killing this little shit, I got his shirt, which only leave me with his hat. After that, I found patches that tricked me to go to that treasure. So after killing this big lizard, I talked to him again to tell me it's a prank. Then he gave me the flame resistant ring. And at the end of this place, I found the Hands of God, which I'm gonna need this weapon for a trophy. Anyway, the boss. This guy is a tough one, and after a while of fighting for my life, I killed him and I got a trophy for defeating him. I also got the Searing Demon Souls, which I'm gonna need that shit for a quest. Anyway, I went to jump off and went back again to fight the archdemon of this stone, the Dragon God. And because I'm in pure white tendency, I can pick the Dragon Bone Smasher. And guess what? This shit is useless. So, the Dragon God is a gimmick boss, which I need to play hide and seek with him. And the trick in this fight is to look at his eyes. If it's yellow, it means he doesn't see me. If it's red, it means I'm cooked. And guess what? I need to shoot magical bolt into him 2 times. And after shooting the second one, he fall down to his knees. But before going beat his ass out, there's a ring at the right, Ring of Master. Also, there's an extra trophy for defeating this boss with the Hands of God. I don't have the stats to use this weapon, so I was doing 2 damage. So after 10 years of hitting this little shit, I finally killed him to get a trophy for defeating him with the Hands of God. And another trophy for defeating him. Now it's the time to jump off. And then I went back to World 2. I found an extra NPC that spawned in the pure white tendency. This guy is useless to me. And if I flash the Dragon Bone Smasher, he gonna give me a stone, which again, this shit is useless to me. I did miss a ring here in the shortcut way, the Blade Resistance ring, and that's it for this area. So I went to World 4, where the merchant I freed is right in my face, and he said good shit. And I also found a Grim Reaper here, that killing him gonna kill all the minions. And guess what? It's a good guy to farm souls. Anyway, I found the shiny stones that lead me to patches, and guess what? He kicked my ass to a hole where there is a black phantom and a priest who's trapped there. So I went to kill the black phantom Phantom to free this little shit. And I talked to him to let him know that I killed the Black Phantom. Also, there's a quest item that I cannot reach because I need pure white war tendency. Anyway, after opening the door, I got a trophy for freeing the priest. I did went back to talk to Patches again, and it's a prank, so I forgive him. For some random reasons, I decided to go back to World 2 to upgrade my weapon. And after upgrading it, I talked to him again, and he asked me to give him the Flame Lurker soul. So after giving it to him, I got a trophy. Now this blacksmith can turn boss souls into weapons, which we're gonna need that for a trophy. Also, I went back to the Nexus and I found a priest guy I saved. This guy does turn boss souls into miracles. Guess what? We're gonna need all the miracle spells for a trophy. Anyway, I went back to World 4, which at the end of this area, there is this weird pit with weird slugs, where I found it, the Ronin ring. And that's it for this area. Now for the blind guy. This guy is very much a meme, so I beat his ass and I got a trophy for defeating him. And after jumping off, I went to fight the archdemon of the stone, the Storm King, and I decided to chill behind a building where he cannot shoot me. So after chasing him, I got a trophy for defeating the Storm King, and I went back to the pit where I found the katana. I'm gonna need this shit for a quest. Anyway, I went to World 5, and while exploring around this disgusting place, I found the Ring of Magical Doomness. Then I went straight to the boss, the Leech. It's an easy boss where I just sit down and burn his ass. And after toasting him, I got a trophy for defeating the boss. And after that shit, I went to jump off back to World 5 in the swamp. It's pretty much a large area, but after walking around, I found a cat ring. Also, I found a bunch of snails, and after beating them up, they dropped the more light sword. And this shit is useless because it's scaled with faith. Anyway, I got to the boss, and I just beat his ass to get a trophy for defeating him. Now I jumped off. Then I went straight to fight the archdemon of World 5, the Maiden and her tier 3 sub. There's an extra trophy here for defeating her without killing her tier 3 sub. So what I did is, I took the right side to drop to her, then I made my way. Then I just spam attacked her before I get jumped by the knight. And that's it. I got a trophy for defeating her, and another trophy for defeating her without killing the knight. Also, interacting with this archstone gave me the Ring of Sincere Prayer. Now I went back to World 5 to find her tier 3 sub turned to a Black Phantom. And after fighting it for a while, I finally killed him. He dropped his weapon in his shield. I'm gonna need his shield for a quest, which I did it right away. In pure white war tendency, I can find his sister in the swamp. And after giving her the Finland crest, I got the Ring of Devout Prayer. Also, I went back in World 5 at the first area. And because we are in pure white tendency, we unlocked this ladder. And after climbing all the way up, we can find a spear guarded with a couple of monsters. And after killing this little shit, I picked a spear and I got a trophy for getting it. Now I went back to World 3 where I need to climb 2 towers to drop the brain to unlock the way to the boss. So after dropping the second brain, it unlocked a way under the tower where I can find the Ring of Avarice and the gold mask. After that, I went straight to the boss, the main eater, which I melee him to death. And after killing them, I got a trophy for defeating the boss. Now I went back to World 3 to fight the archdemon, and it was pretty much a meme fight. And after killing this guy, I got a trophy for defeating the boss. Now I went back to World 3 because I'm in pure white war tendency, and I climbed the first tower to get the prison key. And guess what? I went back to the first area of World 3, straight to that guy's cell to save him, which he rewarded me with the Dull Rat Ring. Now I went to World 1, and because I defeat one of those archdemons, I can progress through this. There's a couple of special things here. First, there is a clown at the top, which after killing this guy, he dropped the Iron Key Ring, which we're gonna need that shit for the quest. Also, there's another clown, which after killing this guy, he dropped the official cap. Now I have the wall set for official, but we need to save this fool, and after saving him, he gave a stone. Anyway, I went back to the Tower Knight boss arena because I have the Iron Key Ring. I can open a door near that shit, where there's a clown there, and after killing this guy, he dropped the bloody Iron Key, which I need that shit for a quest. Also, I came here to save this guy, Pior, because I need him for a trophy. Now I went back to the fountain, where there's an alley that I can use the bloody Iron Key. And after making my way to a tower, I found the Ring of Accused, and another ring, the Ring of Magical Nature. Now, there's a bridge that only unlocked if I wear the official set. So after wearing this shit, the bridge falls, and I went straight to kill the clown, which insta gave me the trophy for saving the witch. There's another NPC that can trade boss souls for magic spells. Now I went straight to fight the boss, and because I saved Bjor, this guy joined to help me, which we both beat the shit out of this boss. And after killing him, I got a trophy for defeating the boss with Bjor, and another trophy for defeating the boss. After jumping off, I went back to World 1. In the final area, there's nothing special there, but at the end of it, we found found the little shit we've been helping. And after talking to him, he gonna die and give us his key. Also, for some random reasons, he gonna come back as a Black Phantom, which he dropped his shield and sword. Now I went straight to fight the boss, which he was a little bit tough, but I magic spammed him. And after killing him, I got a trophy. Now back to the Nexus. I got a cutscene that unlocked the final boss because I defeated all the archdemons. Now before going to New Game Plus, I went to do some side shit, filling this dragon for the memes. And I went back to World 1 where the red and blue dragon at, and because I'm pure white war tendency, they are gone. And I went to pick the Ring of Great Strength. Also the gate to Executioner Ground is open. And I went to a tower when I got jumped by Executioner Miralda. And because I did not want to kill her, I quit out. I'm not sure if it's gonna lower my character tendency, just to be safe. Anyway, I came here to pick the colorless demon soul, which I'm gonna need 3 of his soul to make a miracle spell. Now I went to World 4 in pure white war tendency, where I can find Satsuki spawn there. And he gonna ask me if I found the magic sword Makutu. And after giving it to him, I got a trophy. And also, he turned hostile. And because I did not want to kill him, I just ran. But now I decide that I want the Ring of Ally. And to get to pure white character tendency, I'm gonna need to kill a Pacific Black Phantom NPC. And to get to them, I'm gonna need to get my world to pure black war tendency. So I used an item to get my body form, which I believe I need to kill myself 7 times to get pure black war tendency. So after a while of killing myself, I finally got it. And right away, I got spawn killed by the Black Phantom, but I buried his ass, backstabbed him, then I spammed, and that's 1 out of 5. Now I went to World 5, the trash, and I killed myself. And after getting to pure black war tendency, I can find the Black Phantom of Celine, Finland. And now all I need is to kill this piece of shit, and that's 2 out of 5. Now World 3, I jumped off again and again until I got my world to pure black war tendency. And guess what? I went straight to the jail to fight the Black Phantom of Lord Rydell, and I killed him, and that's 3 out of 5. And I wanna say I did a little bit of mistake here, because in World 3, there's a special ring that only spawn in pure black war tendency. And killing this Black Phantom raises the war tendency to neutral. Anyway, I went to World 2, and guess what? I went to jump off. And after getting my world, I went to the tunnels, where I found that NPC, but now he's a Black Phantom, so I killed him, and now that's 4 out of 5. Now back to World 1. I didn't know where to kill myself, so I went to toast myself in the fire. So after toasting myself for a while, I finally got it. So I went to the gate underneath to find the Black Phantom Executioner Miranda. And after killing her, I got to pure white character tendency. So I went to talk to the Monumental to get the ring. But he refused to give it to me because I unlocked the final boss, which means I need to talk to him in New Game Plus. There's a little bit of things I need to do before New Game Plus. So I went to World 2 to farm the clown for a gold coin. I'm gonna need that coin to trade for a ring. And after a while of killing this guy, I finally got it. Now I went to World 4 to farm the 2 katana skeleton for a pure blade stone, which I'm gonna need that shit for a ring. And this guy is probably have the worst drop rate in the game. And after a while or trillion years of farming him, I finally got it. Now I went to the bird and I dropped my gold coin to get the ring of even scale. And now I dropped the pure blade stone and quit out to get the ring of longevity. Now I did some random shit. I went to kill myself in World 5, and after getting to pure black, I went to kill the primeval demon for a colorless soul. Now there's nothing much to do, and because I cannot lower my character tendency, I went straight to fight the final boss of the game, which this guy is a meme boss. And after killing this meme boss, I got soul branded, a sword we need for a trophy. Now I have 2 options if I want to get the good ending or the bad one, and because I'm a good man, I decided to leave. And because I got the good ending, I got the Maiden in Black demon soul, which I'm gonna need to trade her soul for a magic spell. Now the first thing I did after getting to New Game Plus is to talk to the Monumental to initiate the quest and accept it again. Now I need to talk to him again to get the Ring of Ally, and that's it for his quest. Now I need to be a bad boy. I need to get my character tendency to pure black. So the first thing I did is to invade people, because I needed an online trophy to invade and kill somebody. So I invaded Lindro Samurai in World 4, which the poor guy was just chilling there with the skeleton, and I jumped him to get the final blow to get a trophy for killing an online player as a Black Phantom. Anyway, there is an NPC that only spawn in pure black character tendency. Also, I need to kill this guy, York, the silent chef. He's an NPC killer. So after a long fight, killed him. Now I went to World 3 to get the world to pure black by jumping and invading people, and I did invade somebody as a boss. And after killing this pure guy, I got the monk head wrap, which this shit increased my magic damage. I did eventually give up in World 3, and I went to kill random NPCs. And after killing any boss, I just go to World 3 and jump off to lower that war tendency. So after getting to pure black, I went down near this ball monster, I can find Southern Ring, the only ring that only spawn in pure black war tendency. Also in the same place, I found the primeval demon to kill him for a colorless soul. And now I can make a miracle out of his soul. So I went to World 4 to kill the merchant, then I saved the priest to trade boss souls with him. So I traded the colorless demon soul for recovery. Now I went to World 2 to kill the filthy merchant, and after killing him, you can see my character tendency change in lifetime, like somebody turn off the light. Now I'm done with my tendency. Before doing the quest, I'm gonna kill the bosses first to trade their souls, and because I want to nuke enemies, I turned the Storm King soul into the Morion Blade, which buffed my damage and low HP, and after that I kept nuking bosses. And I saved the witch again because I need her to trade the last souls to get a trophy for getting all the magic spells. That leaves me with the miracle spell trophy, which I need to go to New Game Plus, which means I can do my pure dark character tendency quest, but she's gonna ask me to kill some people. So for her first quest, I'm gonna need to kill all the miracles guys. So I nuke them, every single one of them, to get my first reward, a stone. Now for the second quest, I need to kill 2 dudes that sell magic, which after nuking them, I got a stone. Now she's gonna ask me to kill patches, so I nuked them with pleasure to get a colorless demon soul. Now she asked me to kill Pure, and guess what? He is a tough one, but I killed him to get another colorless demon soul. Now she's gonna ask me to kill the Boletarian Knight, Ostrava, which he is just there chilling, so I tickle him and he died. And I got his key, which I'm gonna need that shit for a trophy. Anyway, after killing him, I got the Talisman of Peace. Now for the last target, the witch. So I nuked the shit out of her, and I went to claim my reward, the Fall Ring. Also for some random reasons, she decided to kill me, so I nuked her to get some decent loot. Anyway, I went to World 1 to use the key, which led me to Old King Doran, which I'm gonna need to nuke this guy. So after nuking him, I got the Eternal Warrior Ring and a trophy for getting all the rings. Also there is the Demon Branded Sword, which I'm gonna need that shit for a trophy. So I went to grab the Soul Branded Sword from my storage, and I went straight to turn the Demon Branded Sword using the False King Demon Soul and the Soul Branded Sword. And guess what? I got a trophy for crafting this shit. Now I went to kill the final boss, but this time, instead of going out, I killed the Black Maiden to get a trophy for getting the bad ending. Also this ending rewarded me with the Soul of the Old One and the Red Ice Stone. Now for New Game Plus 2, I'm just boss rushing. So using the Morion Blade in my left hand and the Clever Rat Ring to stack both of them to increase my damage and low HP to nuke the bosses, which I'm gonna need the Archdemon Soul, the Old Monk, the Dragon God, and the Maiden Astraea. After killing them, I went to trade their soul for a miracle to get a trophy for getting all the miracles and the Platinum Trophy for Demon Soul. Thanks guys for watching, and if you like this shit, subscribe. Now get out.